The Chase Travel Portal is one of the best benefits for beginners because of how easy it is to get a decent value. You won't be able to maximize your value of your Chase points, and we'll come back to that, but I'm going to first show you how to book a flight and hotel using the Chase Travel Portal. You'll want to first understand, in order to get more value using your points, you're going to need a premium card like the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the business version, the Chase Ink Preferred. These two cards will give you 25% more value on your points. So for instance, if you have 10,000 points with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you can either cash that out as a statement credit or cash back and get $100. But if you book a hotel or flight via the travel portal, you can get $125 worth of travel instead. And then if you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which is the next tier of premium cards with Chase, you'll actually get 50% more value. So that same 10,000 points will give you $150 of value. And now if you have one of the Chase Freedom cards, you can still book flights and hotels with the travel portal, and you can pay it with cash. You could redeem some cash back in order just to cover it. For 10,000 points or $100 will cover $100. But as we know, that's not the best value, but you still can earn 5 times points when booking travel on the Chase Travel Portal. Now let's go ahead and figure out how to actually book this travel. So once you get to the dashboard of your Chase account after logging in, you're going to select on your rewards here when it says Chase Ultimate Rewards. And then if you have a Freedom and a Sapphire card, those will both show up here, and you can select the Sapphire card if you're going to be redeeming your points. Then you want to select the travel drop down menu and select book travel here. And this will take you to the Chase Travel Portal. And so it's very simple to use. You select whether you're looking for a hotel or a flight. We'll start by searching for hotels, but also note that you can book activities, rental cars, cruises you'll need to call for, as well as various tours you'll need to call as well. So to book a hotel, you simply type in where you want to go. I typed in Central Park, New York City. Typing in the specific place will kind of narrow your results, but you can also just type in New York City, Washington DC, or wherever you're going. And then you select the dates that you're going to check in and check out, and then the number of people staying, and select the magnifying glass here. And then it will bring up all of your results, and it will give you this nice map/list view, which I very much enjoy. And it tells you there's 826 results, and so it gave me a lot of Manhattan's different hotels. And so as you can see, there are a lot of results, and this is quite expensive. So let's kind of narrow this down. To make it easier for us, I always recommend you go to filters, and then this price per night, just drag this down to a price that you're actually comfortable with. So let's say I want to see if there's anything that's maybe closer to $300 per night. And then you can also filter for your star ratings as far as how nice of a hotel, the TripAdvisor rating in terms of reviews, and some other amenities and neighborhoods, etc. So I'm just going to do the price filter for now. So once you find a hotel that you like, let's say we like this Opera House Hotel here, you go ahead, just select it, and it gives you all the information you would like to know. It gives you what rooms are available for the different prices, gives you the amenities, reviews, and all the great information that you need to know. And now if you select on one of the rooms, it tells you the price per night here. It tells you the total for 3 nights, including taxes and fees. And if you wanted to use your points, this is the number of points it would cost here. Now do note, it does state multiple times that it says additional resort fees may apply. And if you click on the rules, policies, and cancellations link here, you'll actually see that there is a resort fee of $17.21. This varies by hotel, but just note that this is not included in the price, and you'll typically pay that at checkout over there. And so if we're okay with all that, go ahead and select add to trip. And then it takes you to your trip cart here. And so if you're just booking the hotel, you can kind of continue down here. But I told you I'm also going to show you what looking for a flight looks like. So let me show you how to do that by selecting flights here. So it'll take you back to the travel portal page on how to book flights. And so you just type in the information here, round trip, economy. And so we're going to search from Austin. And if you have a specific New York airport, you could type that in, or you could simply type New York City and it'll search at all the area airports here. If you wanted just to look for nonstop flights, you can select this option, put in your dates, and then select search flights. And then it'll bring up all of your results, and it is sorted already for the lowest price. You have filters that you can use if that's important to you. You can search by individual airline. They also have a flexible dates button, and it'll pull up this option, which you may see like on another airline website or on Google Flights. If your dates are flexible, you can optimize the pricing there. And they'll tell you what fares are available based on that airline, and it tells you what the restrictions are. So this is a very flexible ticket, but then you've also got the cheaper basic economy. Select whichever one you're interested in, and then select choose flight, and it gives you a warning about basic economy, and then you select continue. And then you'll select your return flight as well, and if you go to the bottom, it'll tell you the price of the flight as well as the number of points points it would cost. So at this point, I'll just add to trip here and then select continue for the basic economy warning. And then it takes you back to your trip cart where you have your hotel that we found earlier and now the flight. And then if we scroll down, it gives us the option to use our rewards. So if you didn't want to use any of the rewards and you just wanted to pay cash and just earn the points that you're getting from booking this flight, then you just select this option and continue putting your credit card information. But if you wanted to use your rewards, select this button. And now I don't have enough to cover the full cost of the trip, and that's okay. It'll just use up all of my points and I'll only need to pay $60 out of pocket for this full New York trip. And now if you just wanted to use partial points, you could just change this to however many points I wanted to use and then hit update, and it will update that price for you. And a reminder that the Chase Sapphire Preferred has a $50 hotel credit whenever you book a hotel using the travel portal with your Sapphire card. And that hits your account as a statement credit after you finish booking. And so whenever you do that, if you were to use partial points payment and cash payment, it typically will not give you that statement credit. You typically have to book the hotel in cash outright on the portal. So just a heads up there. And so anyways, once we finish figuring out what the pricing is going to be and how we want to do that, you just simply enter your traveler information here. For your hotels, it'll ask for any hotel loyalty membership. I go ahead and enter it if I do have something like with IHG or Hilton, although you're not going to get any status recognition or typically any perks at all. Most hotels don't recognize reservations booked through an online travel agency or a third party like the Chase travel portal, but go ahead and do it just so it's at least associated with your account and it's easier to find. And then with the flight, you can select this blue link here, and if you have TSA pre-check, you can enter that information here under the known traveler number, and then you could type in your frequent flyer number for whatever airline you're flying with. A lot of times they will still reward you with miles for the flight, and they typically do recognize some of your status as well through a third party. So once you finish filling all that information out, you'll go ahead and confirm everything and select payment and review. And then you just type in your credit card information. Again, make sure to use the Sapphire Preferred or Sapphire Reserve for all of those travel protections as well. After that, scroll all the way down, make sure to read and agree the disclosures, and then you'll hit complete checkout. And just like that, your reservation is booked. And then you'll receive a confirmation email of your reservation. Make sure to take those booking codes, keep them somewhere safe, and make sure to enter that reference number into your airline app so that way you have that available on your phone as well. And then you'll also want to call the hotel or send them an email just to confirm that they have your reservation, since you are booking via a third party. Now remember when I said booking via the travel portal isn't the way to get maximum value from your Chase points? And the answer of how to get maximum value is by leveraging Chase's travel partners. Chase has partnered with different airlines and hotel programs, and you're able to move your Chase points over to one of those airlines and hotel programs. Now which program you should take advantage of is going to depend on where you're trying to go. You could check out any of my destination videos to try to figure that out for you. And the next natural question is, how do you actually transfer your points? And I've got a video lined up for you showing you exactly how to do that with your Chase points, as well as any other points you have. It's all in that one video. You also want to check out this video to make sure you know what you're getting into whenever you do book with the travel portal. I'll see you there.